Yeah, okay. So the plan here is we're going to look at some of the VR support that Billy has started to build into Metaboard. I'll put some stuff in that to hook it up to the user input if that's not already there. I'm not sure what is there. So let's take a look at that first. I've already fetched the latest version, I believe. Well,
So
you had,
this VR Lua file, is this like half old metaboard, but then you started trying to get it to
yeah,
work? No. Okay.
that's right. Yeah. I don't know if I want to continue editing in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay, good. Okay, maybe I'll just make sure the VR is working. So what that is. Um, so the way VR works currently is you need to have the headset paired with your computer either via a cable or over the air. So I'm just going to check that's all working, and you'll see Roblox Studio uh, with me in VR, hopefully in a moment. Okay, so if you get, I have a Oculus Quest 2. Uh, configured with what's called AirLink to connect to the PC wirelessly. So I'm just putting the headset on now.
What, there's not like a cable?
You can use a cable. It's easier to set up, but it's much more awkward to use. So I prefer to do it this way.
But like,
Plus,
so losing your local network doesn't slow it down too much?
you have to make sure you have a base station that's 5 gigahertz and that your laptop or PC is plugged by Ethernet into that. Otherwise, the latency is a bit too high for it to be really good. So it's by no means trivial to set up. The cable is easier, I guess, but
So,
it's not.
so your
Sorry,
desktop is rendering everything and
that's right.
like sending the image to your VR headset, and your VR headset is sending inputs to the desktop.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. I have to set up some boundary thing.
But with the coming Roblox client, this will be all entirely contained in the headset.
That's the idea. I mean, there will be performance uh, considerations, right? So it will always be faster to do it this way, running through your desktop, which is much more capable. So you'll get higher resolution that way. So you may want to continue doing that even if there's a standalone client, but it will be much better to run directly on the headset. Yeah. Okay. So I am now, the mouse you can see moving, I hope, is me with the VR controller. So now I have to open. I'm looking down my nose at my laptop screen currently. I need to open this. Oh, no. There are better ways to do this, but there we go. So you have to
Wait,
launch Roblox Studio. So what I did in my headset was I went to the AirLink mode, and then I can control my computer through the VR headset, and then I have to run Roblox Studio by remote controlling my PC through the headset. Does that make sense?
wait, did you say you were looking down towards your laptop monitor? Like in your headset, are you seeing like the screen position somewhere in space?
No, I'm literally looking down through the gap between the VR headset and my nose
Oh, okay.
out into the real world. In principle, in the VR headset in the Oculus software, it does have a screen there that's supposed to mirror your desktop, but for me it doesn't work, so it's a black screen. So that if it worked, that would be much better. Okay, so hopefully if I click play here, you'll see. All right, so this is my view in VR. I don't know why I'm accelerating like a mad person. Can you see this?
Yeah. Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, so
You
there's
can see
my.
your clock hands.
That's right. Okay, so in the VR mode, so I'm using the Nexus VR character model, which is different to the way the Roblox VR works by default. So by default, you have a third-person view. There's a pretty funky way of activating the menus with this Nexus VR character model. I don't actually know if I can do it. There we go. You can see that. So I can go into third person, which is kind of funky. So it's attempting to map the positions of the controllers onto the positions of my hands. Works not too bad as long as they're fairly outstretched. My hands aren't really quite like that. The legs are, of course, not mapped at all. They're just sort of guesstimated. The head, however, is pretty accurate.
Cool. I feel
Okay.
sick even just watching this.
Okay. So let's try and get rid of that. That doesn't really matter. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is I'm going to quit out of the VR mode now. The Roho is importing the metaboard code into this particular Roblox Studio file. So I'm going to import Billy's changes, and we'll see if we can't get these boards over there to work. So I'm taking the headset off now. And this is the part where the players in the world see my body crumple into a very disturbing looking pile on the ground.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, we'll try that out later, and you can see that because the headset and the hands are on the table sitting next to each other, the Nexus VR character model attempts to map that as closely as it can to.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. It does look pretty disturbing.
Yeah. Okay, so here goes. I can just serve this straight from Visual Studio in Windows. I need to get up a run box somehow. Does someone want to remind me how this works? The Roho extension.
If you go back to your code, the bottom of VS Code, the blue bar says start Roho. Go to the right, bottom right.
Oh, there's two. Thank you. Great.
Of course, you could also run it from the command line, but this might be easier.
Yeah.
All right, now it is serving.
Serving. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Where should we start?
Maybe we'll just run this just to make sure this works, and it's working how it works on my computer.
Yep. Okay.
Just in not in
I'm just
VR.
gonna.
Can you just do it on this desktop with a mouse?
Yeah, sure. Yep. Ignore that error. That's to do with the Nexus VR character model. Do have some errors. Oh, it's
Go to the first error.
no, that's nothing to do with you.
What?
This, I think, is to do with you. View state manager set active.
Hang on. Let me take a look at that.
View state manager. Okay.
What's the thing that's nil?
Index nil with onloaded callback. $26. Yeah.
Which is new view data. Can you just try putting this into a new file? Or maybe I wonder if it's the board set up somehow. What's in the workspace?
Just these boards, basically. These are copied from TRS.
Maybe if you can disable the other errors and show me that my error is the first one that shows up.
Yeah, that's to do with this.
Um, Can I send you a different place file?
Sure. You want to put it in the chat for the stream?
Yeah.
No, I didn't switch to Windows. Not that that's a bad thing, but no. I have Windows on this PC because right now Macs are not a good place to do anything to do with VR. By the way, while we're waiting, the Wi-Fi card in this laptop stopped working for some mysterious reason, which brings back all my memories of using Windows computers. So I'm glad I have it plugged into this router via an Ethernet cable for the purposes of VR, because otherwise it wouldn't get on the internet anymore. Okay, so I shall try running this. Seems to work fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can you throw in Nexus VR Manager into that file?
It's disabled in the other one, but sure.
Like, I think it's something to do with the boards. Maybe I like the it should be like backwards compatible and everything. I don't see a reason why it's behaving like that.
Did actually paste now. Lose my mouse on the VR. That does seem to be working fine here. So let me try deleting the other stuff out of here. Well, let me make sure I got the latest version. Yeah. Maybe my file there is the culprit in some strange way. So let's not run this.
Oh, is that actually running?
Yeah. So it could be my fault.
Yeah, I feel like that's not gonna fix it for this world.
I don't even know where did that actually get sent to? Replicated storage?
No, it's a player script. So it's in starter player.
Oh, yeah, it is. Right.
Player scripts.
Ah, all right. Oh no,
Nope.
there we go.
I
Oh,
think
maybe it's yeah, okay. Maybe it's trying to load the old board data, I think, or something like that. Is that right?
what, like from a data store?
Yeah. Okay, maybe
I
I'll just get rid of these boards and paste in the boards you have in the other one. Maybe that's enough.
Is there any reason you can't use my place file?
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. That's true.
Just to simplify it for now.
So I can sync Roho to this, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Actually, I'll need to keep that around.
You can send me that place file later, and I can figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
But the view state stuff, that's to do with like the board streaming, and
Oh, I
somehow
see.
somehow in the logic it was like the it was passing in some view state thing that was nil for some reason. So it could be something to do with like the boards that are chosen to be active is like based on position or something. Yeah, I'm still not really sure exactly what it is, but we can
just reconnecting my headset. Yep. Oh, it's actually mapping the input even though I can't see anything right now.
It's doing what? Oh,
Well,
right,
it says I lost the Airlink connection, which is what Oculus calls the connection between the headset and the computer. But it looks like it's working to me, right? Yeah, I just can't see anything in my headset, so let me stop and play. I don't actually know how to get my mouse control back without doing that. Okay, so I'll just double check this is working. And if it is, then we can. Yikes. Nope, it's not working. All right.
Wait, did I? I think I sped up the walk speed. You can disable that as well if you want. Otherwise, you might throw up.
Okay, I'm not sure why.
What's the problem?
It lost the connection to the headset somewhere.
Is it because you have
Oh,
two Roblox
yeah,
Studios?
I think it's because the other one wasn't opened with the headset, perhaps. So let's try this again. This must be the most exciting thing to watch. Somehow there's music associated with opening up Roblox Studio. That's quite amusing. Okay.
Is that something Oculus has done, or is that?
No idea. Okay, let's get Robo back on. And let's try this again. Okay, looking good. Here I am.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is the way that, wow, yeah, this is pretty strange. So this is the way that Roblox's built-in VR support works. So the Nexus VR character model isn't here, right? So I can move around with the controllers on the VR controller and watch myself in third person, which is cool. And then if I stop, then I look towards whatever I'm looking at. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put in the Nexus VR character model and I'll start going with that. Was it in here and disabled?
I guess something odd is that it should be like the current state of that file. It should like load a bunch of random lines onto the board. And it's not doing that. So I'm wondering if oh yeah, it might be the data store thing. It's not actually pulling anything from the data store, but the fact that like that just stops it at that point in the code.
Those other errors those other errors shouldn't interact at all with that. I don't know why that would.
I'm not talking about what caused those other errors. I just mean, that currently it's the server script is halting at the point where it tries to access a data store.
Oh, I see. Okay, let's try this again.
I wonder if that was also happening in the other world.
Same thing has happened.
So you need to, either, no, don't publish it. Just you need to go into the metaboard.
Oh yeah, sure, right, and just turn on. This probably doesn't have HTTP access and stuff, does it?
Yeah, but you have to publish
Yeah.
it. Just go to the metaboard server file in server script servers.
Yeah, okay, in a second. I've lost the VR connection again. This is really great.
Don't worry, everything else will go perfectly.
Hmm. Okay, it's back. Okay, here are my lovely hands. And we're back with this mode here. Okay, I think we can proceed. Sorry, what
Okay.
were you saying? I'll go into something and then comment something else. Is that right?
Yeah, go to metaboard server.
Okay.
Yeah, init.server.lua. Init.server.lua, yeah.
Yep.
So it's either commented out local persistence to data store. So yeah, just swap those two.
Oh,
You'll need to bring back the other one, otherwise it'll. Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe none of the boards in that place file are marked as persistent, so we should be fine.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back to that VR file and at least print something when we get input from the VR controller so we know it's working. Then we'll see about plugging that into what you did, Billy. I don't know if that'll just run. Let's try it.
These are pretty vanilla messages. I would print stuff like yeehaw.
Yeah. You're more optimistic. Try. Okay. That's nothing's happening, I'm guessing. All right.
What do you mean?
Oh. That's there. That's pretty. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, it says board 2 on there. Okay.
What are you
That's
expecting to happen?
interesting. I was expecting when I pressed the R2 button on the controller that I would get something in the console, that print message that I wrote. That didn't happen. So, okay, let's see why.
Wait, sorry, that was a vr.lua file, right? It's just a module script.
Oh, I didn't actually run it anyway, yeah. I thought I'd done that already. Okay, so what's going to import that init.client, I guess, somewhere?
You could just change it to vr.client.lua.
I am. Yeah, okay, so errors there. This was rest should be alright. Let's try that.
Is this gonna compile anymore?
I didn't save, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't get used anyway. I was just starting to understand. This was me halfway through understanding how the rest of your
I think
code
you did
works. So.
board.
Yeah, I did end up using that. Okay, but that should just work, I think. I hope. I don't need it to just print some things out, but let's see if it works anyway. It's okay. Yeah, this menu system is really
You
okay.
gotta do the whip to open the menu.
Sorry?
You gotta do the whip to open the menu.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I'm not seeing these button presses. Why is that?
You wanna do something simpler and just put a single input connection into the init.client.lua file. Like just bring out wait, was that user input service? Don't you want like VR service or something? Or is that
VR services, yeah, that's a different thing. That tells you the position of the head and the hands and so on, but it doesn't actually. The input is all handled through user input service.
Oh, okay. Well,
the VR controllers map to Gamepad. I guess this is just not running or something. Does it maybe not come over here?
did you disable it? Or no?
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, it was running. It just gave me errors and I didn't bother to scroll down and see them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because the Nexus VR character model does all sorts of interesting things with your character. Like if you just look in your character at where their hand is, it's not where your hand actually is, and so on. So,
Wait, if you do players.localplayer.character, is that the Nexus VR character?
I don't know. I think it is in most respects, but why would this not be okay?
I was just asking because I used that in the code that I wrote.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the VR character model is doing something funny with the character, but let's just get rid of all this for now anyway. What is the multi-line commenting? Is that this?
Yeah, but you can also select a bunch of lines and then just do control /
Mhm. This is going well.
Well, it worked.
Oh no. Okay. Did too. It's not the first time. It wasn't the button I was expecting. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems to work fine. All right. So tell me how we're going to hook this into the rest, really.
Okay. So if you go to inside View State Manager
Yep.
in VR Dummy
Mhm.
and init. So that just connects a bunch of user input service connections.
Mhm.
The first one is just I was just testing out like pressing a bunch of keys to trigger changing the tool and the firing undo and redo.
Mhm.
If you go further down, you can see I'm mapping mouse button 3 down to the relevant thing it needs to do.
Mhm.
And you can see in there's this to scalar function,
Uh-huh.
which if you scroll to the top of the page, that is just lazily mapping your
Right.
mouse position in the viewport frame to some values between 0 and 1.
Mhm.
So the two things you need to do uh is replace the user input service instead of instead of checking for mouse button 3,
Mhm.
like check for whatever VR stuff. And yeah, trigger, and then we also need to add the triggering the haptic feedback, which I saw you had.
Yeah. So this is just an object whose tip I'm going to extract for the position of the stroke.
Okay. So how do you get that?
Yeah, so that's in here. I know it's in a different part of this. Okay, give me a second.
Pen script?
No, it's some old
Play.
code, so I have to re-find it again. It's relevant. Oh, it's the user input script. Yeah, now I remember. Yes, this was an old version of Metaboard, and if I look through here, it should. Yeah, okay. So here's. I'll say what it's doing, and then we can copy it over. So it's looking for input. It's seeing if the input is button R2, which should be the right trigger, I believe. So let's see. I'm going to give you the key codes here.
Yeah, R1 is usually like a bumper, and then R2 is usually usually a trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, right
Yeah, they
trigger.
say right trigger.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it looks to see if that's down and VR is enabled, and if so, what it's going to do is it's going to so the way that was the old way it was working was it was putting a hitbox around your personal board and then looking to see if the pen was touching that, and if it was, it finds the handle of the tool. I'm not saying this is the good way to do it, by the way. So the handle of the tool is the kind of part that you see in the
So I just want
workspace.
to know what board, the variable board tool, where was that assigned?
Yeah, that's that tool used to be part of the personal board in this version, but here it'll just be that VR pen thing.
Okay. Um. Okay. If can we create it like in whatever script we're writing to like give it to the
Oh, sure. For now, let's just have it be in the starter pack. Why not? I mean, it would. Yeah, I mean, I could put it in the common and then clone it or whatever, but I can do that later. Okay, so then it kind of projects the position. So the pen position is there's an attachment on the end of the handle, which is at the tip. I'd have to do something to let you see it, and I won't bother. But that's on the very tip of the pen. Gets its world position, projects that onto the personal board's coordinate system, and then derives from that the position to actually make the mouse position, and then calls the very old events for drawing the stroke. So I think we should be able to get this working.
Let me show you something first. So go to the VR dummy script.
Yep.
Actually no, go to I think it's surface canvas .lua. Yeah, in range. So this code so for the record, I think it'd be simpler to do something like this and not have a hitbox.
Yeah.
Really, because like having to rely on like Roblox to like pick up on it colliding with the hitbox and stuff. Hitbox will probably be slower than just calculating the.
Yeah. So what I started doing was just looking for the nearest board and then computing some sort of distance to its plane as the relevant quantity. You already did the find nearest board thing. Was that what I didn't quite follow what this active board thing was?
So this actually doesn't. I didn't do nearest board. I just did like. So at the moment, this is. I'll just explain the code. So the board look vector and write vector. The look vector is a C frame that whose base is at like the surface of the board in the very center, like as in the XY center, but it's on the very surface.
Mhm.
And it's looking directly away from the board. And then the right vector is like going along the, I guess, the left of the board if you're staring at it. So I take the character vector, which is, as you can see the calculation, I just, the position of your character minus the position of that point on the board.
Mhm.
So if you take the dot product of those, then you get like the I don't know how better to explain it other than the the projected distance directly to the like plane of the board.
Mhm.
So you can see I'm calculating that that's between 0 and 20. And then I call it the strafe distance is I'm taking the dot product with the right vector. So that's left and right. As long as you're within the bounds of the board plus 5 studs, that under that condition, it like you are connected to that board or you can draw on that board essentially.
Okay, so you're suggesting I just do this with the tip of the pen.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Where was I looking? Oh, here.
So you can do that
Was it
in
here? Was the view state manager? Was that right?
VR dummy is what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah.
For the record, I think you should just copy the VR dummy folder and like just call
Oh,
it
sure.
VR or something like this. I think this is fine for it to stand alone as a different like test thing.
Right now, I'm just going to edit these and then move them later. Don't think I'll bother with that.
Whereas then just like copy the whole folder, and then just edit that.
Well, but then both this and the copy will be running, right?
No, it won't be because we're gonna import the VR one and not import the VR dummy one.
Oh, okay, sure. You want it to live in here, I guess, or somewhere else.
Yeah, same spot.
So it's not there anymore.
And so before
where was
we
that?
forget,
Where was that in range? Sorry.
it's in Surface Canvas.
I can't see it there. What's the way of just opening it in a new tab instead of clicking replaces it, right? Open to the side.
Oh, sorry. So notice how it's like in italics there
Yeah.
when you clicked on it. If you double click on it, then it'll be like, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Fine. Really need a reason not just pass the position here.
Well, yeah, well, you will pass the position because we're doing a different thing here. Then.
Yeah.
So that position value will be a vector 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of returning a boolean, this is your toScaler function, right? Or are you going to
I need to when it's okay. Go back to this. The way it was working before was that because I'm going to get this just when it's pressed, and then while it continues to be held, I don't want to wait for input because that won't be fast enough. I want to do it on every heartbeat. I want to update the position of the pen. I don't know that I'm going to get an event.
Yeah,
So
okay, don't worry about doing it like that. I can walk you through how to do it. So so we want to just go back to the VR code, the like init.lua file.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of enum.userinputType.mouseButton3, change that to like the R2 key code, whatever it was.
Yeah, I want it to be the gamepad as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that and it's R2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we're gonna do this, but I think we're gonna have like I think we need 2 flags. So if you scroll up, you'll see I have self.tool held equals this. I think we need that plus self dot trigger held,
Mhm.
because the tool needs to be unheld. Actually, maybe there could be both. Maybe it could just be tool held. I'm just thinking about when you like lift your pen too far from the board. I guess
Yeah.
what do you want the behavior to be there?
Yeah, the way I tried it out a few different things. I think you do want to just be able to hold down the trigger to be I'm writing now, and then you lift up and put back down as appropriate, rather than trying to do both somehow. I mean, it's I think about it as gripping a piece of chalk. So when I'm holding down the trigger, I'm gripping the chalk, and then I do stuff.
Okay. But when you let go, like sorry, you're holding the trigger, you strike the board and you ride it on it, then you move away like too far. That should like it you want to start a new drawing task when you come
That's right.
back to it, right?
Yeah.
Um so I think uh yeah, we do need two variables. So when you lift away, the tool held variable is going to go false.
Mhm.
Um, but we're going to still know that the right trigger is held.
Mhm.
So I guess self dot trigger held. Um, yeah, okay. And then yeah, then inside the input began code, you're gonna want to set the flags appropriately.
Ooh, held. So I was doing this with what was I doing? Yeah. Maybe hit it. Then it starts this thing on heartbeat. As long as the pen is still touching the hitbox, button held is it true? Okay. Uh,
I think it might not work with the lifting away for now, but I think uh we should press on and get the simpler thing working, and then it might just work, or but
yeah, I was just tracking one thing, which was uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just try that. Mhm.
yeah, okay. So now so this tool functions dot tool down, that will if you go into the file there, you can see what it does. Yeah, we should probably do this first, the find file.
Um, how am I getting the player in the middle of all this? This is in a local script, right? No.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
local. So you can just
Why?
do this at the
Yeah.
top of
Okay.
the file.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Return is the appropriate thing to do in here, but whatever. Okay, it should be fine. All right, and now you want me to do this,
You gotta pass
fix up
in
this,
yeah.
this in range thing, which will then fix up, which we should probably call something else, but okay. That's self, is it?
Yeah, don't worry about self for now.
And then where am I feeding that in here somewhere?
Yeah, so well, I mean, so at the moment I'm calling to scalar, which is so
Just replace
yeah,
all
just
that.
replace that. Yeah. Yeah, so conceptually, these are like two different things. So in range is like at the moment it's telling you a
Yeah,
Boolean.
I think I want both.
Yeah, so
So let's keep this. And I did change that already to 1. I think that's okay.
so this will okay. Yeah, so that is what conceptually to scalar was.
Right. Okay, so what am I returning here? Why not just project it?
So you want
Why do I really need this? Why don't I just do the same thing I was doing before?
yeah, you can do that.
So
I think it's the same calculation, just differently.
yeah. Where am I putting in range though? I guess if it's not in range, then I should just do nothing, right?
Yeah.
Of something. I don't know what we're measuring the distance to exactly, but what on earth?
Like as in
Windows shortcuts.
in range of like the board canvas. Like if you were drawing outside of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is running for once for every board or what?
No, just this board.
Yeah, okay. This board, we're meaning what? I mean, this code is inside every board, so every board's going to be running this every time I press the trigger, and then only the one close enough is going to execute the rest. Is that right?
Only the ones like that are like in the drawing surface active mode.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So these connections get connected and cleaned up as you like move from board to board. You can extract the like code, the board code object with self.props.board.
How do I get the board C frame again? Self.props.canvas C frame, is that right?
I think I called it surface C frame. Oh, actually, sorry, yeah, it is also passed in as canvas C frame. So do canvas C frame there. Yeah, like that. I did it there.
Okay, then I need to do that same transformation you were doing to get it into the right coordinates, right? And it needs to be scaled and so on.
I thought we were doing your transformation from your other code.
Oh, yeah. I just don't know which relative coordinates you want to eat anymore. Can I
So
actually
it's
get the board part, or is that not the thing I want to do?
you have a canvas size which you can make use of instead of that
Oh,
those
okay.
variables. So just paste in the code and we'll fix it.
I'm not used to keyboard shortcuts on Windows. I don't know what I just did. Something. Where even am I? I'm in a different file now. Yeah. Did I shift tab or something? No, that's fine. Okay, so I want, what did you say? Self.props.canvas size?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks fine. And then I have to do something more intelligent here, or just do vector 2 rel x rel y.
So these coordinates I don't think are correct, because the way the coordinates on a board are, like, the vertical height is 1, and the horizontal, the width is like equal to the aspect ratio, as in, like,
Mm,
it's as if you put a 1 by 1
right.
square as big as you could on the left side of the board.
Mhm.
So I think you just need to divide by size.y in the rel x one, not size.x.
Okay.
Because, so, as a sanity check, the smallest value that it should be is 0, and the largest value it should be like, say, 4/3, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Is that true here?
Yeah.
Where does
This should be at maximum 0.5 times size x, so that'll be size x on size y at its maximum value. Is that correct?
I guess I don't understand pen trans and pen pos. What are their...
So this is just the position in the world, and this
Yeah.
is relative to that
Right, and
coordinate
that's like
system.
but that's like a number of studs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Let's just try it and
okay.
see.
Oh, right. Okay. I think I understand now.
Okay.
So shouldn't you be subtracting half the size? Like, the origin of the two object space is the center of the board.
I mean, this is there have been many different coordinate systems for the board, so this is the old one that made sense. This was correct at the time, but it can certainly be not correct now. So you want this to be 0 when this is. So if I'm writing on the very left-hand edge of the board, pentrans.x should be minus a half size x, so this should be 0, which it is.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Okay, shall we?
I think it's correct.
Guess we're not doing anything with this, so what should happen is this should draw something every time it gets this input, but then I'll just like have to keep mashing it or something.
Yeah, but we're
So-
gonna connect to the, like, when you move.
Yeah.
Or like, as in, is there an input changed for, like, when you move your mouse around? Because
I'm not
that's
sure.
what I see. I have user input service dot input changed, user input type dot mouse movement.
Mhm. Okay. We can just try it and see, right? Should
No,
I
but
just
I'm thinking that mouse movement doesn't, like, is there a VR analog of that?
yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like input changed could just
Yeah,
refer to.
but you're not moving a mouse, you're moving your, like, gamepad controller.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why I did it the way I did it in the original version.
We can still connect to Heartbeat if this. So you want to go to input object?
What was that?
Like the type input object in the parameters table.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily. Oh yeah. Well,
So it has-
it seems to be about a button, but yeah, I think we can try, but I think it's probably doesn't work. Let's try anyway. What did you say it was? Oh,
Say what was?
the shortcut for commenting a whole block.
Control /.
Let's try that. See if anything blows up. Not this. I'm sure my headset's gone to sleep by now. Yeah. Um,
The documentation for user input type doesn't like just list all the enum values, which is odd. So you want to walk up to the board so that you're in range.
yeah, I got to get it actually working first. I can't see anything.
Oh, and sorry that the walk speed is really fast.
Let's go. Get used to it.
So I think so when you have like an input, like you press a button and then you like say if you press the mouse, if you like touch a touch screen and then move it around, the input object that gets passed into the event is the same object. So, for example, if you press the right trigger, I believe like the input object when input change happens will be that right trigger. So I think you would want like use enum.user input type dot like whatever it was for R2.
I need to relaunch this again because I told you this whole thing with the dev in VR is pretty terrible right now. It used to be that you couldn't do VR at all in the studio. The only way to run it was the client, which was, so this is relative to that a vast improvement. Yeah, I guess we'll try this and then we should probably wrap up given the time. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's try this. Okay, I'm seeing something. I got to a board. And I do what? I need to get did I give myself the pen? Yay, there we go. Now, got VR input. Yeah, good. Let me get close. Should work.
Attempt to
So what's
index network board hitbox.
oh,
Oh, because your VR code is also running.
right. Yeah. Rename it. It's easier, isn't it? And which side of this board is the actual thing? Ah, here. Okay. I'll have the system board on, metaboard all complete. Didn't get any errors relevant to metaboard. Didn't get anything at all. Ah,
I know. I was gonna suggest we do something first in case we forget it. But we need to connect to VR, not VR dummy.
oh yeah, sure.
I meant to need to do that.
I don't know why it's opening up that GUI that never used to work. It's okay. So where is VR dummy?
So you want to go to Surface Canvas?
You just replace that by VR.
Yeah.
That's
there's
it?
A couple other places in the code.
Okay,
There's
but they're not referring to the module script. I can keep that name VR dummy. That's not
yeah,
going to hurt
but-
anybody.
all right, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yep.
I'll get lost.
Do the whip.
It's like designed to give you RSI, that shortcut. Oh, is this board not finished loading or something?
Requested module experience an error while loading. It would play at line 17. I think there's other errors we need to check out at the top of the page.
State manager VR signal 7. What?
No. Init.lua. You didn't write then.
Oh god. Noted. That's what happens when you switch between languages all the time.
Well, you didn't even write a semicolon.
Semicolon.
Wait, I mean colon.
Yeah. What's happening? Now writing.
Input change for VR controller. That's good.
Now writing. But I'm not getting them anymore, right? Not nearly enough. Why is nothing happening? Something happening somewhere. Can I get a board that doesn't have lots of stuff on it? I can't see. Maybe those are my dots up there.
Yeah, if you open the board, you can clear it.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to do. I can't do that. Oh,
Well,
can I use my mouse?
We can't expect to like actually write anything at the moment because we haven't got any other events properly.
Oh, I see.
We just did the tool
Okay.
down.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's kind of. Maybe that's a good place to stop. That's progress. Okay, thanks, Billy. Thanks, everyone. Are there any questions about VR or how this is going to work, or anybody has comments before we wrap up?